Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to a video where I'm going to be talking about an interesting build for the god Hades in the game Smite. This is a build that I created after playing a little bit of Hades and realizing that he is very, very slow. To give you an idea, this is Hades' base speed without any items. He's pretty slow. He's similar to like Zeus, you know, Zeus doesn't have much movement speed. He's kind of a tanky mage, and now that he's no longer considered a guardian, he doesn't really have a spot. You're not seeing people play him that much, and I've just always hated how slow he was. And I'll move around with him some more so you can see. I want to compare his base speed to the speed at the end of this build. Um, and I don't know, actually, I'm going to check. There might be something you can look at. So his movement speed is 355 out of 1,000. As you see it at the bottom there. So I don't really know what to compare that with because I don't know movement speed base stats of gods. But to me that seems it's probably one of the slowest ones. So let's see how far we can get that movement speed number up. Because he's really slow. His abilities are very close range. Like he has this dash which is not really that long range, and it takes a little bit of time to like charge up, so it's not like, you know, an aggressive move or anything like that. It's just a good way to position himself to set up his ultimate. So I wanted to do this build to help his movement speed, make him a little bit faster, make him more of kind of like an aggressive mage that can get in your face, and I wanted to be able to set up his ultimate better because I feel like it's really hard to initiate with Hades because of how slow he is, and he kind of just has to be in the team fight in order to use his ultimate. So I really wanted to improve his movement speed, and that's why I'm doing this build. It's kind of a joke build. I wouldn't use this, you know, in ranked play, but you could use this in casuals and it might do well. It doesn't. Again, the reason this build is a kind of a troll joke kind of thing is because you're not getting a lot of the stats you need with it. You're going to be using items that Hades doesn't really need because they don't benefit him as far as his power, his penetration. I did put some cooldown in it, but it's not really again helping what Hades should be using. But I just am trying to fix a problem with him that I find very annoying, which is the movement speed. So hopefully it'll be maybe a little bit more interesting to play him if you have him being quicker. So we're gonna go into the build, and I already have it. Instead of doing the God Builder, which I did with some of my other builds, I'm gonna start just go into jungle practice, kind of do some experiments so you can see. So this is what the build is. I'll talk about it very quickly. Um, Start off with normal Vampiric Shroud, boots one, a couple, two mana pots, two health pots. That's a normal start, and then Shoes of the Magi, pretty normal. Uh, Pair of boots to use on a mage. They're to me they're better than focus boots. I've said that before. And then the third item, you're gonna see this and you're gonna say this is terrible. Don't ever use Hastened Fatalis on Hades. There's no need. But again, I'm focusing on movement speed, and there aren't really too many movement speed items that mages can use besides like boots, Hastened Fatalis. And actually, I'll show you what the choices are. So these are the choices for movement speed for magical characters, at least for mages. And see, not a great selection. Not a really. You got the boots, Wing Blade, Haste Fatalis, Rod of Asclepius. So movement speed is not supposed to be a focus, but I'm using these items anyways. I don't really care. I think it's fun to build gods in a certain way. So Hades has a very slow basic attack, so this Haste Fatalis will make it a little bit better. So you could say this is almost a basic attack focus, so you could go that route with it. I thought about putting Rod of Asclepius in his build. It's not in there because I don't think, again, he heals off of his 3, but I don't think that it works on him. Let me get rid of that. And so I didn't use that in this build, but I did use Wing Blade as well. So these are so Boots, Hasten Fatalis, Wing Blade are the 3 movement speed items in this build. We'll see how much it helps him once you get him online. Chronos Pendant for the cooldown after that. Wing Blade, again, as I said, that's mainly for the movement speed. The health and the crowd control reduction is good for him, so this allows him to be a little bit more tanky. And then after that, again, there's a lack of power in these first 5 items, so I wanted to help the end of the build a little bit better. So this really is more of a late game focus kind of build with getting the real true power near the end of it. So Obsidian Shard, Raw of Tahuti, just to help with the power. You could also do another cooldown. I thought about actually replacing Obsidian Shard with Pythagorean's piece, because you get the lifesteal, which is actually great for his ultimate, and it's also like it has an aura, so it's more of like a tanky kind of thing, which I think works with him. And you get the cooldown reduction, so that might be a good replacement for Obsidian Shard. But then again, you're losing that penetration, so again, you're not getting enough penetration in this build as you really should. You're not getting as much power as some other builds, so it's not optimal, but I think it's a good alternative, and I think it'd be fun to play. So with that, we're going to do the build. Actually, yeah, I'm not gonna skip Vampiric Shroud, and I'm just gonna do the other items, because eventually you'll sell Vampiric Shroud for your 4th or 5th item. So we can see this is our full build, and with the relics, I like to go sprint, because you might as well just keep helping that movement speed even more. I'm gonna get that first item, and then I like Sunder for mages. I'm finding it like most mages you can do purification beads and then sanctuary or Aegis. But I think Sunder is good for mages, because you can get that burst off, and then if the enemy manages to get out with like a little bit of health, you can use Sunder to follow it up. So I really like the item a lot, the relic. But I also have Blink if you want to blink in an alt, which would be good, and then Sanctuary as well. So those are possible. So let's see where we're at as far as the movement speed. We'll go back. We're at 483 now, so almost, halfway there to the max movement with him. So yeah, we'll go, and we'll see how fast he is. So he's a lot faster. You see, he's going to be able to get around just so much easier now, and it'll allow him to initiate, and we'll see how much damage we're doing. I didn't see that. So his 3 did 464. Let's see how much his ultimate does. It ticks for like 220, so that's pretty good. We'll go back and do the 1. I didn't see the damage on the 1. 387, so less than the 3. That's probably where it should be. But we're still doing a good amount on him. And the Hastened Fatalis, I think, is hilarious. Like, if you just look at that. And his attacks, again, he's a pretty slow attacker, but with the Hastened Fatalis and the Wingblade online, like, it's not too bad at all. So you could do an attack speed Hades. Pretty interesting. So there we go, is the Hastened Fatalis again. Just makes for a different playstyle. I like it. I think it works. And what you could also do, and I'm going to try this out, is let's say we get rid of Obsidian Shard and replace it with Polynomicon. Let's see how much we can do with the Polynomicon. So we get the ability, and the Poly hit for what, 250? I didn't see it. I have to do it again. So I'll try to do the Poly again, if I can. Oh. Oh, I couldn't see it because he flashed my face. So we'll try it again. It hit for like 250. The Poly did, yeah. So that's pretty good. I think the Poly could be great on him. You could even, if you wanted to, let's say, forget the movement speed. Even though the attack speed does help with this, we'll get rid of the movement speed, and then we'll go more attack speed with like Telkhines. And we'll see where he's at now. So his autos are hitting for 141, with the Telkhine hitting for 30. So that's pretty good. Just trying different things out. I think this is an interesting way to build him. Again, his movement speed isn't the same now, but that's okay. Let's see how much his ultimate hits now. So his ultimate's not nearly as strong, but you can follow up the ult with the Poly, which I think is a good alternative. Like, if you don't kill them with the ultimate, you can at least get them pretty low and then go with the Poly, so that's nice. Yeah, the Poly hit for like 250, so that's it. That's the build. Let me know what you think of it. Again, it's just an alternative Hades build. I think it could be fun to use in like some casual games. So let me know what you think. If you are playing Hades and you use other builds, let me know what it is in the comments. That'd be great. And thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.